Alright, and welcome back to All the Mods 9. How's your day been? Good? Let me know down in the comments below. So, last episode, we kind of worked with a lot of different chemicals and materials. I can't even remember exactly what we'd done, but all I know is we got titanium production going, and that's actually been going very well. I think we've already, 11k titanium ingots. I don't think I have to worry about titanium anytime soon. In here, I think we're just making liquid helium, and then over here, why have we stopped? Are we out of wood? No way. Okay, I might need to make a system constantly making spruce logs. Craft me 5 million of them if that's possible. No, it's not. Ooh, I might need to set up a new tree farm, or upgrade our tree production, because this only takes 3 seconds to smelt like 16 logs. And we're going through it very quickly, and that's making us our wood gas, which is being distilled into like ethylene, I think methane, and something else. We also got ourselves end and nether air distillation going, so that's been going good, except for this isn't running right now. What do we have? Oh, maintenance issues. Yeah, I keep forgetting these multi-blocks have maintenance issues. Like, you aren't running, meaning you need maintenance, so you need a screwdriver. That's the only thing. I know there's the automated maintenance hatch that we could probably get, but that is something we're going to have to like probably look into later. What's wrong with you? You need maintenance, so you need a wrench, and you are good. I think it was this one that wasn't working either. Hard hammer, which I'm guessing is just this. Here we go, and off we go. And these guys don't have maintenance. So yeah, I just need to go, like, every once in a while just run around here, just make sure everything is still running, and if not, repair it. So that's the only downside of having big multi-blocks like that, and so many of them. I don't even know, like half of these probably don't even, probably need maintenance as well, and I don't even know about it. The plan for today, which we didn't get to end up doing last episode, that was to make ourselves liquid polybenzimidazole. This is going to be the next tier material we need for setting up like our circuits, so we need to use that plus carbon to make raw carbon fibers, which I think is then chemical bathed with liquid epoxy to make reinforced resin epoxy sheets. And I think then they are, chemical reacted with anneal copper and sulfuric acid to make their fiber reinforced circuit board, which I think is our next tier of circuits for getting into LUV. So I think that's what we need to do, and that's our plan for today. So we're getting this done, and I think the other thing we're going to do is get ourselves the plat line set up. I think this is the plat line. We need to pretty much use purified sheldonite in here with nitric acid to make ourselves platinum sludge groups and nickel solution. The platinum sludge groups will be centrifuged into inert metal mixture, and I think that is then chemical reacted to get ruthenium tetroxide, tetraxide. I don't actually can't pronounce it. But then you combine that in here with carbon to get ruthenium and carbon dioxide, and then that ruthenium will be mixed in here for making ourselves our RTM alloy, which is our next tier of coils. And as soon we only need like 1 RTM coil just to begin, because straight after that then we'll be able to get ourselves the next one, which I believe is HSSG. This guy right here, which is the HSSG wire, and this just needs to be cooked in a furnace with RTM, but everything else in here we already have. Tungsten steel we're making, so we're good. So that's the plan for today: polybenzimidazole and the next tier of coil blocks. Let's do it. So to begin, as you can see, I've upgraded all of the machines here to EV, so everything here is fully upgraded, and down here is where we're going to be doing our polybenzimidazole. Apart from one part of it, which I think is the dimethyl isophthalates, that requires the large chemical reactor because there's 3 chemicals in here. I don't know if these chemical reactors handle, and they do handle 3, but I guess it just needs an extra output. So that's where we're going to be looking at that. So let's begin. So chemical reactors. We're going to end up having to make a ton new fluid storage cells because we're going to be making a lot of new chemicals today as well. So essentially, let's start from the start and work our way backwards. So chemical reactor here, we're just going to export out our, I think these 2 materials here, and they go in the mix inside here. Ooh, don't do that. That should make us our polybenzimidazole. I'm just going to call it that. I can't be bothered trying to pronounce it properly. Okay, so in here then we're going to have 2 new chemical reactors with an interface. I'm too lazy to worry about channels. I'll worry about them later. We still have loads of space in our controller, so I don't think there's any issue. So in this one then, this is where we're going to start by crafting this guy. So the diphenyl isophthalatate, this requires, this is the large chemical reactor. Okay, so we'll ignore that one then. So the diaminobenzenine also requires that. Okay, so there's something else we need to do. Aha, okay, so we can do this in here. So tiny pile of copper with nitrochlorobenzene and liquid hydrogen. Oh god, this is going to be a crazy amount of chemicals. Right, let me just figure out how to do this because I'm kind of after forgetting. Okay, yeah, we're just going to do what I said, and that's just going to be working backwards. So to do that, we need ourselves now the chemical reactor. So large chemical reactor. And let me try and remember how this is built. I think this is all across the bottom here. It's going to be our energy hatches. So remove that. Oh yeah, we need a maintenance hatch. So maintenance hatch will go there. Actually, no, it can't go there because this is where the coil needs to go. And we're going to use a nichrome. Then we can put the maintenance hatch up here. And more or less, it's just the rest of this casing. In the center here, we need a pipe casing. And then everything else is essentially this. And then that. Now, it's not fully done because we need to add ourselves the energy hatches and our power or our item and fluid hatches. So energy hatch. We don't have to worry about this thing going fast. And up here then, we're only going to have, let me think. Actually, can we move this down here actually? If I can put the maintenance hatch down here, it'll be a lot easier. Yeah, let's hope this works. And we want to grab ourselves not an EV one, but we'll use an LV one because we don't need that many items going in there. And then we'll use an EV input hatch for fluids and an output hatch. So items, fluid input, fluid output. And does it construct? No. What's wrong with this? Okay, I didn't actually think the coil mattered. It actually wanted the copper nickel coil right here. Okay, sure. If that's what you want, you can have it. All right, so this one here is going to be this guy here. So we need zinc dust, the dichlorobenzene, and ammonia. Okay, so in the input hatch, it's the dichlorobenzene and ammonia. So this and this. I don't think that's the... No, that's the right one. Okay, and then here is then it's zinc. And hopefully that will all get inputted in. EV input hatch. Oh, wait. Do we need 2 input hatches on this guy, actually? Oh, we might do. If that's the case, then we might be able to do this instead. The top middle right here, this is where we'll put the output hatch. And then we'll just put the interface like right there. And this should construct. Yes, it did. Oh, we just don't have any zinc dust. That makes more sense. Okay. Craft me probably like, what, 50,000 of it? Should be more than enough to keep us going for a while. All right, so the chemical we need now is the dichlorobenzene, and that is made in a normal chemical reactor with hydrogen and nitrochlorobenzene with a tiny pile of copper. So in here, tiny pile of copper, nitrochlorobenzene, and what was it, hydrochloric acid? No, it was just hydrogen. Okay. So now the next thing is we need to figure out how to make nitrochlorobenzene. Nitrochlorobenzene is chlorobenzene and nitration mixture. Chlorobenzene is made by mixing benzene and chlorine together. There's just so many chemicals. And this is done on circuit 1, I believe. They might need an acceleration upgrade. But not in there. Am I out of chlorine, maybe? Oh, I'm out of chlorine. I'm currently trying to make some by making salt water and then centrifuging or electrolyzing that salt water. That gives chlorine and sodium hydroxide. Get out of here. Just show up everywhere. But I'm guessing we're probably using so much chlorine somewhere else. We might have to come up with another process of getting that. Okay, well, that's how you make that. So the next one then is the nitration mixture. Nitration mixture is sulfuric acid and nitric acid. Okay, so nitric acid and sulfuric acid. And actually, not in a chemical reactor. We want that in a mixer. The nitric acid is made by combining in a chemical reactor water and nitrogen dioxide, which we are currently getting by distilling liquid and air. So sulfuric acid and I guess the nitric acid as soon as we make it. Does this require a circuit number? Circuit number 1. And we also have to make sure we're telling everything to eject into the system. And the only thing is I don't think I actually have, I don't have cells for nitric acid or nitric oxide. So we're going to have to come up with that now in a moment. And is there another chemical we're going to have to make? I know aquaregia is another one, but that's done in the mixer with nitric acid and hydrochloric acid. So we don't need to worry about that just yet. All right. I'm just going to go around, make sure all these guys are configured correctly and go make all the drives for it. And then we'll see what we're missing then. I'm pretty sure it's just chlorine and then everything should be up and running. Okay, I think everything's more or less running. Chlorine is definitely still an issue, but I'm currently electrolyzing apatite into that. But we're definitely going to have to come up with a better solution than this. I think the multi-block electrolyzer might be needed for getting the salt water production into it. But everything here should be running. We got ourselves our dichlorobenzene in here now, so we just want to eject that in. Have I made a cell for this? I have not. So the dichlorobenzene now needs to be mixed with our ammonia, which I don't think we've made yet. So that's nitrogen and hydrogen in another chemical reactor. So that's easy enough. Is this guy being used? No, he's not. So nitrogen and I think hydrogen. Those two in here, I think on circuit 1. This should make us ammonia in here. Yes. Ammonia. Export that out into here. I don't know if I've made a cell for it, but it seems to be going in somewhere. So I'm guessing I have made a cell for it. And let's go get ourselves our other cell. And if we have a look over here now inside this chemical reactor, what's going on? We have our zinc, we have our dichlorobenzene, and our ammonia. I think we need a little bit more. No, we only need 1 bucket. Zinc, IV tier. Yeah, this should be running. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot there's maintenance to be done on this guy. Oh, of course it's not going to work. Even if maintenance can't make it work without power. Oh my god. Okay, hoping this works now. Have we got our chemical? No. We have power. Dichlorobenzene. That combined in here with zinc and ammonia. 2 buckets of ammonia. We have 16 buckets of it in here. Plenty of zinc. Why are you not working? Okay, I know what the issue was. Apparently, since there's 2 fluid outputs on this thing, 1 here is not going to be enough. But we do have this thing here, a quadruple energy hatch. And yes, now we're running. So if we put this guy back right here, it should auto eject into the system. And we should be good to go. All right, that was the issue. And I also was looking at the thing. It turns out this zinc here is not consumed. That's what that NC here means. Or after using that in here, if it says NC not consumed, we don't have to have that many in there. So we should be getting ourselves our diaminobenzene and our hydrochloric acid. That should be in here. Okay, cool. Let's go set that into a cell. And that's one part of this new chemical made. So this one here now, this requires phthalic acid, phenyl, and sulfuric acid in a large chemical reactor. So let's build another one of these guys right here. All right, chemical reactor is made. So we want to export out. Oh wait, isn't there 3 fluids for this one? Oh, there's 3. So I need another input hatch right here. All right, so the first one is going to be phenyl or phenol. I don't know how you pronounce it. Next is going to be sulfuric acid. And the last one here then is the phthalic acid. I think that's how you say it. So the 3 of those will go in there. We'll grab an interface. Because how many item or fluid outputs are we going to have? 2. So the quad hatch right here, same thing as that one. That will work just fine. And we'll just make sure it's all hooked up to the system. How are we actually doing on channels here? Do we need to expand our hatch or our tunnel? Ooh, okay. So I think the next setup then, yeah, if we set up one more chemical reactor right here, after that, then we need a new P2P tunnel. Anyway, so now we need to go make ourselves everything. I think we have, yeah, we have everything in here, but this phthalic acid, and that requires another chemical reactor with 3 item outputs, or 2 fluid outputs, 1 item input, and this one is consumed. Okay, this is made by combining chromium trioxide and nitrate dust. Isn't there a different? I could have sworn there was a different recipe of doing it. Or were we doing it this way? That's just chromium and oxygen in a chemical reactor. We'll probably want to put a limit on how much of this we make. But I could have sworn there was a different thing I was meant to do with this. Oh, it's saltpeter. Okay, we can work with that. We can work with that. Cool. I thought it was something completely different. All right, the thing's pretty much ready to go. So once I connect it here to power. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to run the power up the way then. There and there. This guy should turn online, right? Oh, wait, no, not yet. Now we need to make ourselves our phthalic acid, which is, or the potassium dichromate now. So we just need to make tiny piles of this. So chemical reactor with chromium trioxide. So that's 2 chemical reactors with chromium and oxygen and saltpeter. All right, so chromium, oxygen, that should go in here. I did use the right one, didn't I? Yes, I did. So that's chromium trioxide. Might need to make a cell for that, but I don't think we have to worry about it. So that'll go in there, and then up here then our chromium trioxide, then mixed with saltpeter. How much of that do we actually have? Oh, we have plenty. So that, and then in here, this will make us our potassium dichromate dust, and then we'll probably need a packing machine. Because I'm not bothered to do it manually. All right, so our packing machine here is making our tiny piles now. Everything in here seems to be working perfectly. Probably need to make some cells for them, but we'll do that later on. So if we come over here now, I think the only thing I need to do is maintenance on these guys, and it should be making our final chemicals. Well, this guy turned online, so as soon as he's done making it, it should go into this guy here, and that should be everything then. So it's phthalic acid. Are we making it? Does it take time? No, it's 1 second each. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to make a cell for it too. So now if we look in here, we are currently making our diphenyl isophthalate, which doesn't have a cell either. Okay, so now if we come all the way down here to our first chemical reactor we put down, which I think was this guy. Where is he? Actually, yeah, it was just after the mixer here. There we go. So diphenyl isophthalate, and they need to be mixed together 1 to 1. Don't tell me this is an IV recipe. It's not. It is? Oh, I did not notice that. Yikes. Okay, stop. Oh, I don't want to waste any of that now. 1 second. How hard is it to make a IV chemical reactor? Huh. I pretty much already have everything for it. That's cool, because actually between last episode, I did make 100 IV tier circuits because it wasn't actually that difficult. So we need to make ourselves huge polyethylene pipes. That's okay. All right, so we're making the chemical reactor now. The only issue is how much power does it require? It uses 680 EU a tick. Hopefully we can provide that power through this aluminium cable. If not, we might need to look into now getting IV tier machines. And to get a 8 amp IV converter, I already have them. Oh, never mind. I didn't think I did. Wait, what's the IV tier cable then? Platinum. Oh, okay. I completely forgot I made that. Okay. Somehow it did actually make it. So this is platinum cable. I need to remember that now. So that's going to power this guy. And in it here, then we're going to have this and this one, right? Which one is it? Yeah, so that's all going to go in here. And this one is the benzimidazole. All right, cool. So that's making phenol, which we're already storing. And our liquid polybenzimidazole. Amazing. Cool. And are they being stored? Yes, they are. Right, if that's the case, then we might as well start upgrading everything now soon to IV. I didn't think we'd actually get into that so fast. I just upgraded everything here to EV. But now we're already starting IV machines, the elite ones. This is going to be fun. Right, now that we've completed that, time to do the plat line. Hopefully this won't take as long since we've already prepared some of the materials. Because we just need to make nitric acid to purify this, which we've already done. So everything else should be a lot easier. Maybe we'll do this at IV. It might actually require IV. No, it doesn't. But we'll do it at IV anyway. Why not? Right, so before we actually do platline stuff, we have a bit of an issue. If we look up sheldonite right here, I've only got about 1,000 raw sheldonite, and apparently all of it has been turned into dust. I have 80k of it now. I'm currently electrolyzing it because it gives us some chance of palladium, which is actually pretty nice. So we have to figure out a way on actually making sheldonite. Now, of course, we could probably set up like a vein mine thing, but I think our best bet is to go through bees. And actually, that's something I want to have a look at now soon. Maybe we'll do it after next episode, because I think next episode we might work on blood magic. But Greg Tech has introduced comb processing and better tier apiaries. So if you wanted to get yourself tons of comb, get an apiary Mark II, and you can get thousands of comb very easily. It is insane. Like, none of these items here are consumed. So just put a raw block of sheldonite in here with 26 bees, and you've got yourself an insane amount of comb being produced. It's ridiculous. And I think some of them actually even produce more. Yeah, look, there's 29 in this one. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And that works nearly for every single bee in here. Like, it's insane. I can't wait to try it out. So how do we get ourselves sheldonite bees? Well, we just need, I think, the centrifuge platinum bees. I just made these now. Pretty simple, just by making some treats. You put this in a centrifuge, and that will give you sheldonite. So centrifuge, I'm going to borrow this one for now a second. Shouldn't take too long, only a couple of seconds each, I think. 10 seconds each. Well, that's actually a lot longer than I thought. And actually, while we're here with bees, I might as well show this off. We're trying to get ourselves a ton of nether stars still, so I've set up, like, what, another 50 of these simulation chambers with withers. And we've been actually producing nether stars like crazy. I think we had like 200,000 last episode. And it's only been like, I don't know how many hours since last episode I've actually been online in the server. But we've already nearly got 700,000 nether stars. So we're making a lot very quickly. And if you look at the number, we're nearly going up by like 5 nether stars every 2 seconds. So it's really not that bad. So 4 Sheldonite bees to spawn you down. And now I just want to collect you before you all fly away on me. Thank you. And we're probably going to have to start a new one of these guys here. So we have Omega upgrades already in there. So let's just insert our bees. And you need a block of raw Sheldonite to pollinate on. Let me get 2 more of those Omega upgrades. There we go. And we'll give it some time in a bottle just to speed it up a tiny bit. Oh, are you guys, you're diurnal and it is currently nighttime. So you're not going to work anyway. Oh, it's daytime now. Never mind. So yeah, now that we have that being produced, let's go set up the first setup. So we said we're going to be doing this at IV. So I guess the easiest way to do it is by starting by putting a macerator right here. Okay, so we have our machines now. So we want to put a chemical or a macerator right here, chemical bath right here, and grab out some exporters. So raw Sheldonite, that'll go in here. It takes literally 1 second to macerate it. That is insane. Then over here, then this is where we're going to be pumping in the crushed Sheldonite, and we're going to be washing it with mercury. Okay, so that should go in here now, right? And that's going to give us palladium and purified Sheldonite ore. Perfect. I don't think I have any Sheldonite left in the system over there, so it shouldn't get and thermal centrifuged or crushed or anything. So auto eject into the system. Cool. I don't think there's any fluid byproducts. Wow, this is really fast. 12 ticks. Jeez, that is insane. Okay, so now with this then, we need to chemical react it with nitric acid. So chemical reactor, exports. Nitric acid, purify Sheldonite. In it goes. Does this require a circuit? No, it doesn't. And that will give us our platinum group sludge and nickel solution. Oh my god, that is fast. Wait, how much does that give it a go? 1 to 4. Oh, I thought that was a lot less. Okay, so I need to go make a cell for the sulfuric nickel solution. And now we need a centrifuge to separate this up with aquaregia. Now the aquaregia, if you remember, is mixing nitric acid and hydrochloric acid. So is it a mixer? Yeah, it's a mixer. All right, so mixer will go here. This is aluminium cable. Okay, I'm gonna have to upgrade everything here. I didn't think we'd get into aluminium so fast. Upgrade everything here to platinum and IV tier power converter. All right, everything here is upgraded to platinum, so we need ourselves an elite mixer. There we go. So I've already got ourselves our nitric acid and hydrochloric acid in here. Aquaregia, go in here, auto eject the fluids out, and it's full. I need to go make a cell for it now. All right, so aquaregia is being stored. I guess hydrochloric acid is just really slow being entered into the system. I don't know why. We have over like 100k buckets of it. Anyway, wow, this thing is going insanely fast. Anyway, now it's time, I think, with a chemical reactor, or no, it's a centrifuge, wasn't it? Yeah, an elite tier centrifuge, exporter on the top, and then in here is going to be aquaregia and our inert metal mixture, or what way is it again? Platinum group sludge. Okay, so that will go in there then. You seem to be kind of keeping up now. I don't know what's going on with you. I believe now after this, we're going to need another P2P tunnel. But anyway, aquaregia, in you go, and let's just speed you up with some acceleration card upgrades. In goes the platinum group sludge, and we'll probably just auto eject it into the side here, and that will give us our inert metal mixture. So the inert metal mixture now needs to be chemical reacted with sulfuric acid at EV. We're going to do it IV because we have the technology. So you go there. Up here then, we have ourselves inert metal mixture and sulfuric acid. Acceleration card upgrades. You connect right there. Interface right here. It's going to say network probably missing channels because I'm sure we are going to be missing channels. Let me go set up a new P2P tunnel quickly. All right, everything should come online now, right? Network booting, network online. And this takes 11 seconds. Is it actually? No, this is an EV recipe. Yeah. This will give us hydrogen and rhodium sulfate and a ruthenium tetroxide. That needs to be chemical reacted with carbon, and we'll get carbon dioxide. So you go here, exporter on top, and then auto eject into the system. Oh yeah, now this rhodium sulfate needs to be electrolyzed, And that will give us rhodium, which I think is another chemical needed later on for making like other tier materials. I think especially like this thing here, for some reason, I think this is used for making like plates or sheets, and that's used in other ways. I don't know. It's a bit crazy. But anyway, carbon. Why is it double filled with carbon? It should only be filled with trioxide stuff. Hope it doesn't. It does keep double filling. Okay, if that's the case, then we might need to replace the exporter here with an interface and use a robot arm. All right, there we go. So the robot arm is actually a really good way of doing it. So in here, then at the robot arm up here, we have it set to supply only 60. Transfer rate is 512 on import mode. And if we look in here, it's only supplying the 60 carbon dust. If we take it out, it only supplies an extra 60. And it doesn't fill up the other slot, which is exactly what I want. Right, I need to go make a cell for this rhodium sulfate. All right, so everything in here seems to be working. We're still struggling on a few materials. Oh, it's just how slow this guy here is. That's fine. We might need to stop this thing at a certain level of aquaregia. Oh my god, this is just going so much. How much do we have? 10k buckets already. Now, I know aquaregia, I think, is also used for duplicating nether stars. So you put inert nether stars, which is made by mixing polyethylene and wither skulls together. Mix that together, you get yourself inert nether star essence, and then combine those in an autoclave of polyethylene pulp, and that will give you a full-on nether star. And I think there's a way of duplicating or like recycling this guy to make it run forever. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong about that, but this is a possibility to get more nether stars. But as you saw, I have plenty of simulation chambers going with withers. I'm going to let this run for a while, and hopefully we should be able to make ourselves our RTM coil. I think there's a few things I'm missing, like the liquid nichrome and some of the coil cable wire right there. So let me go set up those patterns. So we finally have our RTM coil blocks. I've also gone ahead and made the HSSG dust. So since we can't convert all of them, and I don't really want to make multiple RTM coils since they take so long, we're just going to upgrade this guy right here, try and smelt all 100 of that HSSG coil or dust. And I think in here, yes, we do have helium, so that's good. I don't think it's going to change any different color when we actually activate it, because once we put our interface or our patterns in here somewhere, hang on, put the dust in there, the thing should turn online. And yes, it takes 22 seconds each, and yeah, it's still that bright orange color. I wish it would actually glow blue, or the color of the coil at least. That would make it look so much cooler. Anyway, so that's more or less it. So next episode, or the start next episode, we'll be able to upgrade all of these guys here now to HSSG coils, and we might be able to finally start getting into IV tier machines. And actually, since we already have access to IV tier machines, time for me to upgrade all these machines to IV. And then, yeah, I think we'll do a stream where we'll make the multi-blocks for all the ore processing. But anyway, next episode, we're going to do blood magic, because that's something we're going to have to start generating a lot of now as well, especially for the ATM Star. I think it's for the pulsating black hole, or one of these things in here require something from the... Where is it? Ah, yes, there it is. The Wither's Compass requires the reinforced speed runes, and they require these intricate Hellforge parts, which we can get from my Hellfire B, but I think he's going to require a lot of work to get. So maybe next episode, our goal is to get the Hellfire B. And then maybe we'll look into the apiaries then as well. So yeah, I'm going to end it there. Hope you all enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget to like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell when you're at it then as well. So without any further ado, goodbye.